Nayak plastic surgery in the building, we actually have two pieces to it. Avani Day Spa, all the non-surgical cool sculpting to get rid of excess fat, Selfina for cellulite, all the things that you think of that are being a medical spa. That's half of what we do here. The other half is Nayak plastic surgery, which is my surgical practice. And when it comes to surgery, I'm a specialist in face. Rhinoplasty, which is one of my favorite things to do. And I think you can see why hopefully from some of these reactions.
I want to have rhinoplasty completed because it's just something my whole life I've always wanted to do. It's a part of my face that, I felt like was a little bit more pronounced.
Here's my nose beforehand, the side, underneath, from above, and that's my nose.
What drew me to have it done now is the fact that I recently got engaged and I'm now looking at, pictures, wedding stuff, and I really wanted to feel beautiful during that time of my life.
So the process for having rhinoplasty with our office is a little bit of review of what you've already learned about what's preparation and what's healing and that kind of thing.
When you're looking to have rhinoplasty, it's really important you do your research. You can't just, go get rhinoplasty and say, hey, make me look like Kim Kardashian or make me look like Jennifer Lopez. You can't just do that. You have to have your nose looked at, have your bone structure looked at, and see what is in the realm of possibilities for you.
On that first visit, I usually examine the inside of the patient's nose and just make sure there are no challenges or surprises. I fix the septum every time I do a rhinoplasty, so that's not an issue. And then what's most fun is we usually do imaging at that visit. So imaging is when we use a fancy three-dimensional camera and we take pictures of the patient as they currently are, and then we come back here to my office and I will draw for them on the computer screen. Okay, this is what I think is reasonable, achievable, tasteful. This is what I propose.
The experience at Dr. Nayak's practice has been amazing. The staff are all very professional, very friendly, very accommodating, very welcoming. Dr. Nayak himself spent a good amount of time. I didn't feel like he was rushed. There's some very good plastic surgeons that I met, but none of them made me feel as comfortable as Dr. Nayak. The moment I met him, the first thing he told me was rhinoplasty is his favorite procedure. And so that was very comforting to me and very important to me because you only love to do something that you're very good at. So I always say, I felt like my nose picked Dr. Nayak. So.
Anyhow, it's finally happening for me and it's happening tomorrow and I'm super excited because this is just something I've always wanted and it just kind of worked out. I found the right surgeon and it's the right time in my life and I'm just gonna go for it.
So I'm really excited about the surgery more than being nervous. And I think that just attributes to the level of professionalism and information that, I got during my appointment here at Dr. Nayak's practice.
Rhinoplasty is one of my absolute favorite things to do. And I think it's because it's very transformational. You're working on something that's, 3 inches by 1 inch, and yet it can change how the entire face comes together. It is literally the keystone of the face.
Based on my bone structure, he's going to try to narrow this area, the bridge of my nose a little bit. He said that mine is quite wide. Of course, take the hump down, and as a result, this little tip, if you look when I smile, there's just some aesthetic guidelines that they use in reference to your face, and a trained surgeon should be able to look at you and say, hey, this is your bone structure, this is your face, and these are my realistic expectations for you.
There's a tremendous latitude for expression, for artistic expression, because I'm taking a person who doesn't like a particular feature and I'm not restoring them to what they used to look like. I'm making them look some way they've never ever seen before. And I put those images up on the wall when I operate, and I really do my absolute best to match what I'm delivering. And rhinoplasty is about the only operation I know of that has all those pieces. It's transformational, it's generally permanent, it's a real technical challenge, but it's a real artistic challenge, and you can probably tell I love it. I love it. compared to everything else we do surgically, probably the nicest experience for the patient. We have 2 accredited operating rooms here, so you come in on site. We don't have to go to a hospital. You don't have to show up 2 hours ahead of time. It's very convenient. They come in, we do it under deep sedation. They're so asleep, we're using a brain monitor. We can tell for sure they're not feeling anything, they don't hear anything, they're unaware of everything. What we're doing when we do a rhinoplasty is lifting up the canvas of the tent. So we're actually looking at the structure, the sticks, if you will, rearranging them, adding length to some, subtracting length from some, putting thin sticks where thick sticks used to be, and vice versa. From the end of the surgery to an hour before that, it looks about the same. But those are the differences between just the bump is gone. Rhinoplasty isn't just taking the bump off, it's making the nose elegant. It's almost like a Rubik's Cube. It's not just solving one side of the cube. You solve one side and that changes 2 or 3 other features. And so it's balancing all those things until you get the best final outcome. That's what rhinoplasty is.
I just got home from surgery and I've already started swelling, as you can see. I'm really kind of semi-sedated, but I feel okay. I can walk and everything. Dr. Nayak felt like the surgery went really well, and we're really happy to see the results. Hi guys, I am at day 7 today. It's the big day. I'm getting ready to head out to visit my plastic surgeon, Dr. Nayak, and have this Band-Aid removed. My face looks pretty good. It's still very swollen here and at the base here, but I'm really excited to see what it's gonna look like. And it's the big reveal. This should be fun. Keep your fingers crossed for me.
So as is 1 week out today, most people feel like their nose still looks a little fat on the front view, but they're really excited about their profile. They also often have a little bit of swelling in the fronts of their cheeks, a little swelling in the upper lip. The healing process continues after the last suture. And one of the things that we really try to educate our patients about is that the nose changes. 1 week is not your final result. I would say 50% of people tear up, and it's not because they're upset, it's because they're relieved that everything went so well. I can't think of anything else that I do that makes that kind of change in how people look and feel and last basically forever.
Oh, we're gonna be taking some selfies. Voila! Here you go. Do you love it? Here's from the side, from the front. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Are you ready? Pretty excited. Here we go. Voila! This is the new me. It just feels like it fits my face very, very well. I still feel like it looks like me, but it's like a new and improved me. Now, as you can see, the swelling is still quite a bit here. This is why I love Dr. Nayak so much. He does all these little things to make you feel so special. Things that he just doesn't have to do. I'm really excited. I get to see him again in a month, and we are going to do our consultation, our little visit then, and just kind of see where we're at. And again, in a month, about 80% of this should go down. The tip would have set completely, and I'll be looking more like the new me.
So it's been a little over a month since my surgery, and I am in love with the results. I absolutely love it. All my friends have had the opportunity to see the results by now, and my friends and my family, everybody loves it. It still looks like me, but it's like a better, new and improved version of myself.
So it's been a month since we did Oz's surgery, and she's had a really nice recovery, and I think she looks like $1 million. I mean, she is exactly the kind of patient that I like to see. What I like most about what I do is this really transforms people's lives. I see people tear up, happy tears, once every couple days, and it's one of the best things. One of the best things about this job is I get to make people happy every day.
Ha ha ha.
has been very emotional for me. My fiance, he's been so supportive during this entire journey, and he absolutely loves it as well. The hardest thing for me has been to decide where my good angle is, because I feel like every angle looks so good.
Everything's looking great. I am feeling great. I'm really, really happy with the results. Every day it gets a little bit better. My lip has finally started to drop and everything looks parallel. I can do this now. Check it out.
Check up those nostrils.
And you know what? I met up with Dr. Nayak and he told me that it's even gonna get better, like especially around this part. So I'm excited, but I'll be honest with you, if it stops right now, I'm a happy camper. I think I look pretty good. So, not to toot my own horn.